What really helps in times of crisis and uncertainty? What is it that people ask for? What is it that people need? Study after study points to leadership, but not just the common leadership that we expect from our leaders, our corporate leaders, our politicians, but a special type of leadership, crisis leadership. Even that has been studied for years. But recently, we've made a new discovery. There's a special type of crisis leadership that we refer to as resilient leadership. Now, the name is a little misleading. It leads you to believe that these are qualities that leaders have that make them resilient. But that's not what resilient leadership really means to us. Resilient leadership to us means, what are the qualities that leaders have that instill resilience in others, in those who follow, in the community? So based on research going back to about the year 2000, we were able to identify 4 factors that instilled leadership with the qualities of being able to instill resilience in those who follow. What were those 4 factors? The first was optimism. Leaders need an optimistic vision, a vision for the future. No one wants to follow someone stuck in the past, or perhaps even in the present during a crisis. So you need to look beyond the crisis. The light at the end of the tunnel must not be an oncoming train. It must be viewed as something more positive, as hope. A second factor, decisiveness. Have you ever worked for a leader that couldn't make a decision? It's frustrating, but it's paralyzing also. Decisiveness is important. George Patton, considered the greatest general of the Second World War, said the only failure in leadership is the failure to lead, the failure to act. Waiting for that moment of absolute certainty paralyzes leaders and all of those around them. A third factor, open, honest communications. We think of transparency, timing, and truthfulness. Those factors have to be present for all communications in crisis. There is no such thing as an information vacuum. If leaders aren't speaking, someone else is, and it's usually the most distressed. The final 4th factor of resilient leadership is follow a moral compass. Have integrity. Present with honesty. It's okay to change your mind, but people will want to know why. Once you've established trust, and we know that organizations that are characterized by trust are far more productive, job satisfaction is far higher, and turnover is far lower. If a leader can generate trust through following a moral compass, people will follow. People will follow that type of leader through adversity, even sometimes if they're not quite sure where they're going. Resilient leadership is a catalyst that motivates people to be more than they thought they could be. Again, the focus is on those who follow. The Institute of Medicine has recognized resilient leadership as an important way of building resilience in organizations, especially in times of crisis. So when we think of leadership, let's add one more aspect to it. Can we build resilient leaders that can lift an organization? And if we really want to change the culture of an organization to be resilient, we not only train those who make the policies, we must train frontline managers in resilient leadership. In the final analysis, we can build an organizational culture of resilience. We can not only weather the storm, perhaps we can see it as an opportunity to thrive. I'm Dr. George Everly. Thank you for listening.